Oh, it's Indago, all right. Oh, man. Well, that's not good at all.
Say, why don't you check out Molly's rooftop races? It's not far from here, and it's a great warm-up before we get into the bigger rides. Just take it up at Molly's landing pad.
I don't trust you right now. I don't trust you one damn bit. Oh no, just gotta keep it quiet. Unfortunately. It's pretty early. Pretty early. curve. Goddamn, look at this gun.
This is horrible. Looks like Molly crashed into the ride again. Don't worry, though. Your pal Rambley has the repairman on speed dial.
We're sorry. The number you have dialed has been disconnected or is no longer in service. Please check the number and dial again.
Say, why don't you check out Molly's landing pad? It's not far from here, and it's a great cool down after that exhilarating ride. Just take a down from Molly's rooftop races. Welcome to the Rambley's Wranglers registered room. Here we have plenty of amenities and... Okay. I can see in your facial tracking that you're scared, angry, upset. Transparency is an important part of our policy here at Indago Park, so...
Yeah.
I need to be honest about something. The park has been inactive for years. Employees stopped showing up, guests too. The mascots are... I just was so excited to see a visitor, and I wanted to be sure you were given the best experience possible. But I was confined to the entrance for so long, I didn't realize just how much disrepair the park is falling into. Wasting all of your fine time. Sorry for the inconvenience. But I have an idea. I have access to the repair documentation in my database. I just can't execute most tasks without authorization from a human user. You must have come here because the park matters to you too, right? Would you be willing to help me restore the park? I can see in your facial tracking data that you aren't opposed to this. Ooh, I'm so excited! Let's get this place back in business!
We're not going to talk about it.
Okay, welcome to the crew, Rookie Wrangler. Registered. Your first official job as one of Rambley's Wranglers, registered, is to get out of the Rambley's Wranglers registered room. Head left towards the Rookie Wrangler registered security room to set yourself free. Whew, kind of exhausting to say that whole spiel. The Rambley's Wranglers. Uh-oh, that Rambley's Wranglers room is only accessible by Royal Wranglers. Maybe one day you'll grow up big and strong enough to enter it. But for now, don't. Whoa, where'd you get that? Brambleberries are my favorite! Oh, if only I could jump out of the screen to take a big bite. Don't eat it! Maybe I'll be able to one day! Hey, buddy, did you dig that out of the lost and found? Or was it in the trash? No surprise, I guess, that our park would dispose of a non-Indigo brand toy. I suppose he'd make playtime special for a child with poor taste, though. Whoa, where'd you find that? I've never seen anyone wearing one. Pretty snazzy. Ooh, looks like there's an audio recording tagged with costume in my database I've never noticed before. Let's listen!
Hey Jackson, you hear about the new mascots?
Yeah, think it'll put us out of a job?
I think so. Old sport. And right after we got this damn raccoon costume.
Man, screw this place. I say we get our asses out of here and go straight to Vegas.
Aw, come on! They didn't even document the Indigo inventory ID for the costume! I was really looking forward to that. What a useless recording. Deleted. Ugh. I don't get why we even have those. Now why do they only make one of Lloyd? Is it because he's the loudest? I can be loud too! Where's my limited edition throwback plush? Where's Molly's? Where's Finley's? Give this mistake to a child and they'll cry. Rambly ears. Those used to fly off the shelves. That pair is pretty damaged, though. Keep your eyes peeled. There's gotta be at least one more mint condition set out there somewhere. Like a yard sale. Wow, you made it to Oceanic Odyssey. You're doing a great job, Rookie Wrangler. You'll find a potpourri of porpoises, pickerels, and perches as far as the eye can see. Please don't tap the glass. I never really know what these things. Hey, buddy. You okay? You look kind of tired. Do you need a moment? Don't worry, it's fine. I don't blame you for taking a rest after all that. Heck, I could go for a nice, relaxing defragmentation myself. But before you settle down, you up for a little survey to help us improve the park? Thanks for visiting Indago Park. Hope all your dreams came true. If you've got some time and you're up for a lark, stick around for the Rambly review. I'm here to offer my best to each valuable guest I assist. And lots of happy feedback ensures I get to exist. Let's try it. Were you satisfied with the rides? Yes or no? Were you satisfied with your guide? I sure hope so. Do you plan to come back? Will I see you again? Did your experience convince you to tell a friend about us? Did I earn your trust? At Indago Park, there is a stark contrast to everything I know this place should be. But out of the dark, you've given a spark of sunshine to this kingdom's faithful devotee. At Indago Park, more than my remarks are mysteries. Even I don't know what we might find. But fight through the dark, and I'll be your spark of sunshine to get you out of any bind. That is, if you want to keep going. Oh, idea! I know all of this isn't fair to you. It's an awful lot to ask. But here comes Rambly Review Part 2 to sell you on our task. I'm here to view and assess each valuable guest as I learn. And lots of happy feedback ensures you're gonna return. Right, I'm so happy you rode a ride and saw the show. I'm so happy to be your guide. More than you know. So come back anytime, I'd love to see you again. In all my thousands of days, I've never had a friend like you. At least I hope I do. At Indago Park, there is a stark contrast to everything I know this place should be. But out of the dark, you've given a spark of sunshine to this kingdom's faithful devotee. At Indago Park, more than my remarks are mysteries. Even I don't know what we might find. But fight through the dark, and I'll be your spark of sunshine to get you out of any bind. Till all my old friends are united again, and I won't feel so left behind. Okay, I'll let you go. See you next time, buddy. Please?
About a week ago, I announced Indago Park, my very own indie horror game. Indago Park is a game where you break into an abandoned amusement park and meet the park's AI assistant, Rambly the Raccoon. We announced the game with a short trailer showing off the logo, the environment, and a beautiful animation by Jake Neutron of Rambly the Raccoon. But I got a lot of questions about the game, and I figured I'd answer them here today. Before I get into the questions, I want to let you guys know about my Patreon. That Patreon is basically how we're funding the entire game. I'm showing early access footage, letting you guys make decisions about the game. So if you you want to support the development of the game, go check that out. And also subscribe here on YouTube. Thank you. First question. How large is the game going to be, and is it going to be chapter-based? I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one, aren't I? So to answer the second question first, the game is chapter-based. And I know a lot of people are going to hate on the game for that, but take this into consideration. I am a brand new game dev. This is all very new to me. The only project I've ever made is Reincarnated. On top of being a game dev, I'm also trying to be a streamer, a YouTuber, and I'm a full-time college student. So for a game like this where a chapter system would make sense, it's only logical to release the first chapter. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Mason or Unique Geese, and I'm the creator and project lead on Indago Park. Indago Park is a first-person indie horror game where you break into an abandoned theme park and meet the park's AI assistant, Rambly the raccoon. This is an absolute passion project that's been put together by me and a group of buddies who have never actually made a game before. A little over a year ago, I opened Unreal Engine for the very first time and put together a fan game. And that's really the first ever time that I've been exposed to a game. So I'm really proud of how far we've come, but I also completely understand that Indago Park Chapter 1 is just a taste in the very beginning of what we want to do. A few weeks ago, we released Chapter 1 completely for free on Steam, and the reception has been insane. The amount of playthroughs, fan art, fan songs, you guys have been blowing this game up. And for that, I can't thank you guys enough. It's been absolutely insane to see the reception. Now, I'll admit, I'm a bit of an anxious guy, so sitting there looking at social media every day was like really messing with my mental. So I tried my best to kind of take a break from social media and not really pay attention to a lot of the stuff. And while I feel a lot better about it mentally, that's not great for communicating with you guys on how the game's going and how our fundraising efforts are going. So I wanted to make a quick video today to kind of give you guys a rundown of what the future of the game looks like, a lot of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and kind of just keep you guys involved since this game is for you guys. So the biggest thing that we got to talk about is, of course, the Kickstarter. When we released Chapter 1, we set up a Kickstarter with a goal of $50,000. After all of the fees and everything associated, which I'll get into, this would have meant that I can pay my artist what I believe is a little bit more of fair pricing compared to what they did in Chapter 1, but I would still have to be living pretty modestly, maybe even pick up a minimum wage job to make sure that we can get the game out. All stuff that I was willing to do. But now that you guys have blown this out of the water, I'm confident to say that we'll be able to work on this full time, and Chapter 2's scale is going to be so much bigger than anything that any of us could have ever expected. Like a bunch of other Kickstarters, our plan was to announce stretch goals as we hit different goals throughout the campaign. But every single time that we sat down and we were budgeting out, okay, what's viable, what can we actually do with this money, you guys were hitting goals before we could even get it planned out. And the last thing that we want to do is create any kind of false promise for you guys. I've seen a lot of Kickstarters get kind of wrapped up in the stretch goals. Maybe it's for a video game and they promise like an animated series. Suddenly, you're not just making a video game, you're making an animated series, which is a whole nother thing. Or any other kind of stretch goal that could affect the game directly may take away from the core experience that we're wanting to create. So yeah, to avoid any issues with budgeting and to make sure that our goals are locked onto Chapter 2 and making it the best that we possibly can, we've decided not to include stretch goals. However, I want to be very clear with you guys. We are going to be extremely vocal about where this money is going. The last thing I want to do is like put out Chapter 2 and then people be like, okay, so where did that money go? Did you just pocket it? Because all of the money from any kind of fundraising that we do will go directly back into the game and back into the company. So what's the plan exactly for Chapter 2? One of the coolest things that we're going to be able to do now with Chapter 2 is allocate more money to our artists and creatives. A big part of what makes Indago Park is a lot of the creative ideas, art, and really just stunning visuals that we're able to create. Whether that's 2D animations with Rambly, or bringing on new people to design more scary monsters, or creating more complex environments. It's really important to us that this game has a lot of creative love into it, and being able to have the budget to really do what we want to do is going to be absolutely life-changing for this game. Of course, Chapter 1 was put together completely by me with very minimal knowledge of coding. So I'm fully aware of a lot of the bugs and issues with Chapter 1. So I'm going to be able to bring on a few people who have experience with coding in Unreal Engine and optimizing games to really break down and make sure this game is the best that we can make it. Again, I want to be completely transparent with you guys about how development is going and where money is going for the game. So on social medias like Twitter and over on the Kickstarter, I'll be trying to post some updates about what's new in the game without trying to spoil too much, if that makes sense. One thing that I really want to be clear to you guys is that there's a lot of moving parts going on behind the scenes. It's really easy to look at the Kickstarter and think, oh, that's how much they're going to put into the game. But there's a lot that you have to consider. We're operating out of the United States, so there's going to be a giant tax cut that comes out of the production of the game. There's production of physical objects for the Kickstarter. There was a handful of things that you could have bought that now have to be produced and signed and shipped to you, and all of that does take quite a bit of money, so a good chunk of the Kickstarter funding is going to go into taxes and that. Not to mention Kickstarter takes like a 10% cut of whatever number it ends up at the end. So again, I want to be completely honest and clear with you guys whenever we're doing anything with that money, and we want to make sure that we aren't creating any false promises and make sure that we're spending the money very wisely when it comes to production of this game. I would argue that a good month of this game is literally just going to be me budgeting out and trying to figure out what rates for everyone are, and it's a lot of like behind the scenes moving stuff. So that's why I haven't had too much like exciting stuff to say about the game. The current game plan with Chapter 2 is hopefully by the end of July we'll have budget stuff figured out, money will be able to be used, and we'll be able to start paying our artists to begin production on Chapter 2. If you want an honest goal timeline for us, Chapter 1 took a little over a year to develop, and because we're trying to make Chapter 2 even bigger and better in every way that we can, I'd estimate like around a year and a half of development time minimum, but again, we'll keep you guys up to date on that. I want to be very, very vocal about the development of this game with you guys. So yeah, the future of this game is looking really, really bright. There's just a lot of moving pieces in the background that we really want to make sure that we're doing right for you guys so that you know that the money is being spent in a very ethical and proper way. And we really, really appreciate your guys' patience. Within the span of a couple of weeks, I've gone from like making YouTube videos out of my apartment and like maybe putting together a game to basically like running an entire company. And I'm very, very confident with the future of this game. But again, I appreciate you guys being very patient with us as we're working through a lot of this stuff. There's also a couple of big questions that I've been getting that I would love to answer for you guys in today's video. One of the big ones is, are you guys working on merchandise and are you aware of all the bootlegs? Right now, over on the Makeshift website, we have really our only piece of merchandise, which is the Rambly plush. That's available for another 10-ish days. But in all honesty, I think we're more concerned about making sure this game is good and strong before we go and push out a bunch of merch. I'm actively going to be working on a ton of updates for Chapter 1. In fact, there should be one coming out in the next few days with like a couple minor things, and then we'll be going on trying to do more optimization, figure out some stuff with controller support. I have a whole list of bugs and stuff that I want to fix, and I'd rather not prioritize time into, oh, let's make all of this stuff. That being said, we are working with a couple different companies to potentially handle some merchandise launches. Really, the future is just going to tell on that. We're very aware that you guys do want merchandise, and it would be beneficial for the development of the game in the future. But yeah, just give us time. We'll have official merch. As far as the bootlegs, we're very aware. We're going to be actively trying to take down some of the more like threatening bootleg stuff on bigger websites. But unfortunately, whenever you create something that's a little bit bigger, one thing that you have to accept is that there's going to be people trying to like maliciously make money off of it, which does